Welcome. You're here for a reason. And it's not by accident. Somewhere inside. You already know your mind needs this conversation today. Let me ask you something. No one probably asked you before. What are you doing to protect your brain? The core of everything you are. You protect your phone with a screen guard. You protect your house with a lock. You protect your money in a bank account. But what about the one thing that controls your entire life? Your brain. The invisible engine that runs every choice, thought, and dream you have. Think about it. You wake up, check your phone, rush to work, scroll, talk, eat, plan. But how often do you actually protect your mind? Most people never think about training their brain. They assume it will always work the same way it did years ago. They think memory loss is something that just happens, a part of getting older, something natural, something they can't control. They laugh about it with friends. I forget everything these days. I can't focus anymore. I walk into a room and forget why I came. They say these words while smiling, but deep down, they feel frustrated, disconnected, tired. They don't realize the danger growing silently. My brain feels tired all the time. They joke about it, pretending it's nothing serious. But it's not funny. It's not harmless. It's not just age. It's not just stress. What you're experiencing is mental decay. Quiet, but real. Invisible, but powerful. Not visible from the outside, but inside. Your memory is fading. Your focus is weakening. Your mental sharpness is slowly dying. And you know what's causing it? No training, no awareness, no defense, just daily neglect. Like leaving a precious instrument in the rain. You use your brain every day to make decisions, solve problems, remember things, speak, work, plan your future. It's your most loyal companion. But how many minutes a day do you actually spend taking care of it? Be honest, most people spend 0. You take care of your body by walking, stretching, exercising. You take care of your skin by washing it, applying cream, using sunscreen. But your brain, the most powerful, most important, most valuable tool you own, you just expect it to function perfectly without attention or effort. Let me tell you something most people don't know. Memory is not a gift, it's a muscle. And like any muscle, if you don't train it, it will shrink, it will weaken, it will disappear. It's not about age, it's about activity, awareness, and consistency. If you want to stay mentally sharp, focused, strong, confident, and in control of your thoughts, you must start exercising your brain. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready. You start today. You start now. Because every day you wait, it gets weaker. You don't need complicated techniques or fake genius tricks. You just need a few simple, powerful, daily brain exercises that anyone, even a complete beginner, can do right at home, right now, with no equipment, no excuses. This video is not just about learning something interesting. It's about reclaiming your mental strength, your awareness, your clarity. It's about building a brain that remembers better, thinks faster, and lives longer. A mind that serves you, not controls you. Because in this modern world, your brain is under attack every single day, often without you even realizing it. Social media shortens your attention span. Multitasking weakens your focus. Overstimulation kills your memory and burns your inner calm. Notifications, noise, endless scrolling. They are destroying the very muscle you need to succeed, to live with peace and purpose. And unless you fight back, unless you take control, your brain will become weaker every single day. One distracted thought at a time. But here's the hope. You can reverse it. You can fight back. You can rebuild your focus and power if you're willing to train your mind again. If you follow the exercises in this video, and not just watch, but actually do them, you will start to feel something most people forgot: mental power, clarity, confidence, energy, control. A sense of focus you thought was lost long ago will slowly return. Your memory will sharpen. Your focus will rebuild. Your mind will become lighter, faster, and stronger than you've felt in years. And most importantly, you'll begin to trust yourself again. You'll remember things with ease. You'll think clearly and speak confidently. So, welcome to the most important training of your life. This is not entertainment. This is not motivation. This is a battle for your brain. This training will not just improve your memory and focus. It will also sharpen your thinking and make your communication clearer. As your brain gets stronger, your language becomes stronger. Your thoughts and words align. You feel in control again. So while you train your memory, you'll naturally speak better, think better, and express yourself with more confidence in any language. Let's begin your transformation. Not next week, not someday, right here, right now. Exercise 1, the memory chain game. What it is? The memory chain game is one of the most powerful and simple ways to increase your memory power through association. It's based on the science of connecting ideas together so your brain remembers them easily, naturally, and joyfully, just as it was designed to do. Your brain doesn't remember things as single, boring pieces. It remembers through connections, images, and small emotional stories. So instead of trying to remember 10 random things, we'll train your brain to link them together like a chain, strong and unbreakable. How to do it? Step 1. Pick 10 random words. They can be anything: objects, animals, actions, or places. Example: tiger, phone, shoes, rain, candle, door, apple, train, balloon, glass. Now, if you try to memorize these words by reading them once, you'll forget most of them within minutes. That's normal. The human brain isn't built to memorize random lists. But here's how you turn this into a fun, powerful memory workout. You create a weird, emotional, funny story using all the words in order. Let's try it together. It's easier than you think. One day, a tiger called my phone while I was buying shoes in the rain. I picked up the call under a candle hanging from a door. Then I threw an apple at a passing train, which popped a balloon and broke a glass window. It sounds silly, but that's the point. Now repeat that story to yourself twice. Close your eyes. Try recalling all 10 words in order. You'll find it shockingly easy. Why? Because your brain loves stories. It loves images. It loves emotional, strange connections that make information stick effortlessly. That's how memory works. Not by repetition, but by creating vivid, interesting pictures your brain enjoys remembering. It activates both sides of your brain, logic and imagination, forcing you to focus deeply. Because strange and emotional stories are harder to forget, this simple exercise builds associative memory, helping you recall multiple ideas together, like connecting bright stars to form a clear constellation of thought. It strengthens both short-term and long-term memory, while also improving creativity, quick thinking, and your ability to connect information naturally. It helps you remember shopping lists, people's names, English vocabulary, exam notes, daily goals, everything your mind often forgets too quickly. It also enhances storytelling and speaking, because the more emotion you connect with words, the more powerful and confident your voice becomes. And the best part, you can do this anywhere, anytime, while walking, eating lunch, before bed, even while showering or relaxing after work. Try it every day, just one short story with 10 random words, and you'll notice within a week how fast your recall becomes. You forget less, remember more. Your brain feels lighter and sharper. You start recalling dreams, small details, and old conversations clearly again. Let's apply this to English learning. Suppose you want to memorize 5 words: confident, delay, review, package, and airport. Instead of writing them like a boring list, create a mini story that gives them life and context Your brain can visualize instantly. A confident man delayed his flight because he wanted to review a package at the airport. Now, those words are alive and connected forever. Your brain pictures the man, the action, the setting, and suddenly, it sticks effortlessly. This is real learning, not repetition. This method works in every area of life: language, presentations, remembering birthdays, or even preparing your morning routine. Make it a daily ritual. Morning, pick 5 random words. Night, recall them without notes. Weekly, challenge yourself to reach 15. It's fun, powerful, and surprisingly effective. This is how you reclaim memory. Not with medicine, but through creative daily mental movement. Just as you train your body to stay strong, you train your mind through simple, consistent brain workouts that keep you fully alive. Exercise 2. Speak to memorize. You've learned to read and write, but your voice, the strongest memory tool, has been waiting all along. Speaking out loud is one of the most powerful, underrated techniques, and yet most people completely overlook its real potential. They read once, forget. They highlight, forget. They write notes, forget. Because they only feed information in, never pull it out again. Real memory is not storage, it's retrieval. The ability to recall clearly, confidently, and completely, exactly when you need it. That's why this exercise becomes your secret weapon. Your voice connects your body and mind, making knowledge stay longer and feel alive. When you speak, your eyes, mouth, tongue, and ears work together. That synergy builds neural connections faster than silent reading ever can. When multiple senses activate together, memory becomes 3 times stronger. Your brain literally learns through your own sound vibration. Speaking creates auditory memory. Your brain hears your voice, motor memory. Your mouth moves, emotional memory. Your tone gives meaning. Repetition locks it all in. That's why people who talk to themselves while studying remember better. It's not strange. It's science. Speaking turns passive learning into active mastery. That's the foundation of strong, lasting memory and fluent communication in any language. Here's how you do it. Choose something simple: a quote, list, new word, or sentence. Read it once, then say it aloud with emotion. Add rhythm and energy. Say it like it matters. Feel it in your breath. Because emotion is glue. It makes knowledge stay longer. Let's try 3 words. Grateful, opportunity, challenge. Don't just write them down. Speak them, spell them, define them, and use them in life. Grateful, Grateful. Grateful means thankful. I'm grateful for this day, this lesson, this chance to become a better version of myself. Opportunity, Opportunity. Every morning is an opportunity to grow. Every mistake is an opportunity to learn and begin again. Challenge, Challenge. Every challenge strengthens me. Every obstacle sharpens me. Every struggle reminds me that I can rise. In 30 seconds, you've built 4 memory layers: sound, spelling, meaning, and real use, and locked them into long-term memory effortlessly. Now try this quote. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. Don't just read, perform it. Calm. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. Strong. Discipline is power. I choose what matters. Reflective. Discipline is the bridge between short pleasure and long purpose. Fast. Discipline means choice, now or later, easy or meaningful. Final. Discipline isn't punishment, it's power. I choose what I want most. That quote now lives in your long-term emotional memory. You didn't force it. You felt it. You performed it. You gave it voice. And your brain rewarded you by never letting it go. Apply this in daily life. Want to remember your tasks? Say them aloud while moving. Buy milk, call doctor, study English, clean desk. Walk around your room and repeat it with rhythm. Whisper it. Say it loudly. Change tone. Your brain starts listening with full attention. You don't need fancy tools or partners, just your voice, honesty, and focus. A few minutes daily are enough to transform your recall. Do it anywhere, during a shower, on a morning walk, before bed. Choose a phrase and speak it like your life depends on remembering it. Record yourself. Listen later. Notice how strong your recall becomes. Hearing your own voice builds trust and mental clarity over time. Benefits? Endless. It strengthens retention, focus, confidence, pronunciation, rhythm, and emotional awareness, all through simple, active recall. For English learners, it's pure gold. You train both language and brain, fluency and focus, confidence and connection, all at the same time. You don't need a perfect brain to remember better. You need courage to speak boldly, even when it feels uncomfortable at first. Because your brain trusts your voice more than your notes. It remembers what you say with conviction and what you repeat with passion. This is not a trick, not a hack. It's real training, real transformation, real brain fitness, and it truly works. Exercise 3, the 3-2-1 recall technique. This daily ritual will wake your brain, sharpen focus, and rebuild memory through awareness and reflection. It's simple, but it's powerful. It teaches your brain to search, reflect, and organize your experiences before they fade into unconscious noise. Most people live entire days, then forget 90% of what happened. They scroll, eat, work, talk, but their brain never records deeply. They exist on autopilot, moving fast but remembering little. But memory cannot grow in autopilot. It only grows in attention and review. The 3-2-1 recall technique becomes your mental gym every night before sleep. You train your brain to retrieve and reflect with clarity. This nightly ritual builds strong neural connections, improves memory of details, emotions, and moments, and makes your mind truly awake again. Here's how to do it. Every night, ask yourself 3 simple questions that reconnect you to your day before you let it go. First, 3 things you learned today. Second, 2 emotions you felt strongly. Third, 1 small detail you almost forgot. Simple, yet transformative. You can say them aloud, whisper them in the dark, or write them in a small notebook before sleep. But the key is consistency. Let's try it together. It's evening. You sit quietly, breathe slowly, and begin your 3-2-1. Recall for today. 3 things I learned today. 1. The brain remembers better when I speak things aloud. 2. I learned a new English word, intentional. 3. I realized I forget less when I repeat things with emotion and attention. Now, 2 emotions I felt strongly today. First, I felt proud after finishing my morning routine. Second, I felt frustrated when I couldn't focus for 30 minutes straight. Finally, 1 small detail I almost forgot. I saw an old friend's photo, smiled, and remembered a childhood memory that warmed my heart. That's it. You've just built a stronger connection between your brain, your feelings, and your experiences, all in 3 minutes. Now imagine doing this every night for a week. Your brain starts noticing more, remembering more, feeling more alive during the day. It begins observing details, faces, words, lessons, emotions, because it knows you'll ask it later. And the brain performs best when it's observed. This single exercise trains 3 kinds of memory: information memory, emotional memory, and observational memory, all crucial for a sharp mind. and it only takes 3 minutes a day. No apps, no subscriptions, no fake promises, just pure mental discipline and awareness. If you keep this practice for 30 days, you'll be shocked by your progress. Your recall becomes faster, deeper, and more emotionally rich. You'll start remembering where you kept your keys, what someone said in a meeting, what you learned days ago, and how you truly felt. This isn't just memory improvement. It's awareness, mindfulness, and mastery of your mind all in one powerful practice. Exercise 4. Visual snapshot training. This exercise strengthens your visual memory, attention to detail, and spatial awareness. Most people look but don't see. They move through rooms, scroll screens, live fast, but never actually notice what's in front of them. Your brain is like a camera, but most never train it to take clear pictures. They capture the big picture but miss the small details, and memory lives in details. The color of a cup, the smile of a stranger, the shirt your friend wore, the note on your table. This exercise teaches you to observe with intention, to see with presence, to remember what your eyes truly witnessed. Choose a place, your bedroom, your kitchen, your desk. Stand in the center and observe for exactly 30 seconds with full attention. Look around, breathe, and take in every object as if your brain were a lens capturing a living photograph of your surroundings. Then close your eyes or turn away and try to recall everything you saw. Be specific. Colors, positions, textures, even tiny imperfections. Not just a table and a bed, but a red pillow on the left, a blue book under the lamp, 2 coins beside a black cup. Now open your eyes and check. What did you remember? What did you miss? This reflection strengthens your awareness instantly. Try again tomorrow. Do it daily. You'll notice your recall improves rapidly as your brain learns to capture the world in HD clarity. Do it in new environments, a restaurant, an office, a friend's house. Take quick snapshots. Then test your recall an hour later. Challenge yourself. Remember 15 items in 60 seconds. Recall them backward. Recall them by category. Make it playful. Make it fun. You'll soon find that you remember faces, names, objects, and even room layouts faster. Your awareness becomes sharp like a camera lens. You stop losing things. Stop missing small moments. Because your brain has been trained to truly pay attention again. This exercise doesn't just improve your memory, it rebuilds your attention span, your focus, your confidence, your ability to stay present. You start noticing life itself, details, emotions, colors, voices, and suddenly, ordinary moments begin to feel alive and meaningful again. That's what makes some people seem sharper or more intelligent. They don't have more memory. They have more attention, more presence. Train your eyes, train your awareness, and your memory will naturally follow. Strong, quick, and reliable. Even in stressful moments. Exercise 5. The backward walk with recall technique. A strange name, but one of the most powerful brain-body workouts ever discovered. This exercise improves memory, focus, balance, and mental clarity. And it's backed by real neuroscience, not just motivation. It combines physical movement with cognitive recall, creating new brain pathways that increase mental agility and awareness. Your body and brain are not separate. They communicate constantly. Every step you take sends signals that shape your thoughts and memory. So when you challenge your body to move differently, your brain wakes up. It's like pressing the refresh button on your entire system. Walking backwards slowly forces your mind to focus. Add a memory challenge, and you activate both physical and mental strength at once. Here's how to do it safely. Find an open hallway, an empty room, or any clear space without obstacles where you can walk backward. Now, before you begin, think of a short list, maybe 5 grocery items, 5 English words, or 5 people you need to contact. Read the list once, then put it away. Begin walking backward slowly, step by step. Recalling one item with each step you take. Say each word out loud. Don't rush. Feel the coordination between body and brain as you recall and move together in harmony. Now reverse it. Recall the list backward while walking backward. For example, milk, bananas, bread, soap, rice. Then reverse the order. Step 1, rice. Step 2, soap. Step 3, bread. Step 4, bananas. Step 5, milk. Simple, but deeply stimulating. You are now forcing your brain to stay alert, to recall actively under motion. This multiplies your memory retention speed dramatically. Add variety. Recall sentences. Not just words. Speak in English while walking. Try it with gentle music or while breathing steadily. In just 5 minutes, your mind feels lighter, more awake, more connected. You've trained focus and recall at the same time. This technique also improves balance, coordination, and thinking speed, especially if you often feel foggy, distracted, or mentally slow. You don't need an hour, just 5 focused minutes, and you'll feel your brain literally recharging with each backward step. Exercise 6. Teach to lock it. This is one of the most powerful and reliable memory techniques ever discovered, and yet, almost no one uses it. It's simple, ancient, and deeply effective. If you can teach it, you truly understand it. If you can't, you never really learned it. Memory isn't about collecting facts. It's about retrieving them clearly, explaining them confidently, and connecting them with logic and purpose. And the best way to do that is to teach it to someone else. Teaching forces your brain to organize, simplify, and truly own information. When you teach, your mind retrieves knowledge, explains logic, fills in gaps, and reconnects ideas. That process builds deep, lasting understanding. Step 1. Learn something simple. Maybe a short fact, a quote, a memory trick, or a new English phrase you just discovered in this video. Step 2. Teach it. Share it with someone, anyone, a friend, sibling, parent, classmate, or even your own reflection in the mirror. You can write it, record it, or speak it, but make sure you explain it as if your listener has never heard it before. Step 3. Don't just repeat. Break it down. Simplify and make it understandable. That's what makes your brain remember it forever. Let's take an example. You just learned the memory chain game earlier. Now, close your eyes and try to teach it from memory. Say, here's what I learned. You take 10 random words and make a funny story linking them. The brain remembers stories, not lists. For instance, a tiger called me on the phone under a candlelight. That weird image helps you remember tiger, phone, and candle perfectly. When you do that, you've recalled the process, explained the logic, and built strong new brain connections through active recall. When we read, we remember some. When we write, we remember more. But when we teach, we remember best because we process everything deeply. Teaching activates logical memory, verbal memory, social memory, emotional energy, and self-correction, all essential for mastery. It also exposes what you don't yet understand, helping you identify gaps and strengthen weak spots in your learning naturally. It's the ultimate test of comprehension and the ultimate exercise for long-term retention. You're not just learning, you're transforming. Bonus tip: use your phone to record yourself teaching a quote, explaining a technique, or summarizing what you learned today. Watch it later. You'll notice what you forgot, what you hesitated on, and what you could express more clearly next time. This feedback loop turns your learning into mastery. You become both the student and the teacher, the listener and the guide. You grow faster, think deeper, and communicate clearer, all while building trust in your mind and voice. For English learners, this is pure gold. When you teach, you practice vocabulary, pronunciation, logic, and expression simultaneously. You're not just memorizing words, you're transforming them into living ideas you can explain, share, and recall effortlessly. This is how you lock information in your brain permanently. Not by watching 100 videos, but by teaching just one from memory. Your brain isn't a storage unit, it's a living tool. You train it not by consuming, but by recalling, explaining, and performing. That's how memory becomes like a fortress. Organized, strong, and unshakable. That's how you become someone who never forgets what matters. Exercise 7. The sound recall drill. It trains your auditory memory, the part of your brain that remembers sounds, voices, and words you hear. Most people rely only on visual learning, reading, watching, taking notes, but forget that half of memory lives in listening. Think about conversations, lectures, meetings, directions, or English movies. Most of what matters in life comes through sound, not sight. If your brain struggles to remember what you hear, you'll often feel lost, distracted, or disconnected during conversations. But if you train auditory recall, you'll become more present, focused, intelligent, and confident when listening and responding to others. Listening is passive, but recalling what you heard is active, and that's what builds real memory strength. Every time you force your brain to listen, hold, and repeat information in your own words, you strengthen its auditory and language circuits. This powerful exercise can transform your communication, comprehension, and focus in just a few minutes a day. Here's how to do it. Find a short audio clip, maybe a 30-second voice note, a sentence from a podcast, or a short paragraph. Listen carefully once. Don't write anything down. Then pause and try to repeat everything you remember in your own words aloud. Now play the clip again and compare. What did you recall correctly? What did you miss? What did your brain reconstruct on its own? Repeat this process 2 or 3 times daily with different clips, and you'll see your focus and memory grow rapidly. Let's try an example. The sentence says, "Many people believe memory is a gift, but in reality, it's a skill trained like a muscle. You hear it once. Pause. Now repeat. Most people think memory is natural, but it's actually a skill you can build like a muscle. You didn't say it word for word, but you captured the meaning, and that's what matters. That's how comprehension turns into memory. Use longer clips, 1 or 2 minutes. Challenge yourself to summarize them in 3 sentences using your own expressions. Try this in noisy places to strengthen focus. Listen to different accents, British, American, Australian, to improve comprehension flexibility. You can also use new English vocabulary from podcasts and repeat them aloud to train both pronunciation and auditory recall together. Within days, you'll notice progress. You'll remember conversations more clearly, instructions faster, and details from meetings with precision. You'll stop saying, "Wait, what did they just say?" and start responding with confidence and clarity instead. This one exercise can revolutionize how you learn, listen, and communicate, especially if you're learning English or giving presentations, because a strong auditory memory means a powerful voice, sharper attention, and faster understanding in every area of life. This is how you become someone who doesn't just hear words, but remembers them, connects them, and uses them with meaning. Train this daily. Just 10 minutes of mindful listening can make your brain faster, your focus stronger, and your presence magnetic. In a noisy world, remembering what you hear is a rare superpower, and you can build it with this simple daily habit. Exercise 8, the countdown recall game. This rapid-fire mental drill strengthens your short-term memory, quick focus, and ability to recall under pressure. It's important because in real life, you constantly need to think fast. During interviews, exams, meetings, conversations, and unexpected moments. Most people struggle not because they're slow, but because their brain has never been trained to perform clearly under time pressure. This exercise builds mental alertness and speed-based memory, teaching your brain to retrieve information quickly and stay calm when it matters. Here's how it works. Choose 5 to 10 random objects or words around you. Look at them for exactly 20 seconds, no more. They can be anything: a pen, notebook, charger, coin, plant, key, or glass. Then close your eyes or cover the list completely. Set a 1-minute timer. Without looking, try to recall and speak or write as many items as you can remember in that minute. After the timer, check how many you got right, then repeat with new items. Or try recalling them backward for extra challenge. For example, look at pen, phone, charger, notebook, glass, watch, candle, mask, coin, plant. Observe them carefully for 20 seconds. Now close your eyes and start recalling. Pen, phone, charger, notebook, glass. You miss watch. Then recall candle, mask, coin, plant. You score 9 out of 10. The next day, repeat with different items, gradually. Your brain starts remembering faster and more accurately. This exercise trains focus, organization, and retrieval all at once. It teaches your mind to stay sharp and efficient under real-world pressure. You can make it more dynamic by recalling words alphabetically, backward, or while adding background distractions to test concentration strength. Try doing it with a friend as a mini competition. It's fun, engaging, and keeps your memory muscles active and alert every single day. Most memory training is slow, but this one is about reflexes. It builds quick, clear mental reactions that improve daily decision-making. Your brain learns to focus under chaos, organize confusion, and respond fast without panic. That's real-world intelligence in action. This helps in exams, interviews, conversations, and emergencies where you must think quickly and act clearly under pressure. These games are simple, free, and powerful because they make your brain do what it avoids: focus, retrieve, and react under tension. And that's how real growth happens. That's how your mind becomes sharp, organized, and unshakably confident in any situation. Exercise 9, mirror narration. This one rebuilds clarity, confidence, and emotional memory by speaking directly to yourself each night. It's not just a memory trick, it's therapy, reflection, and brain training combined into one powerful practice of presence and awareness. You stand before a mirror, look into your own eyes, and narrate your day from morning to night, recalling details, emotions, and thoughts. It's simple, but life-changing. Because when you speak your day out loud, you process it fully, turning fleeting moments into lasting memories. Let me ask, how many of your days do you truly remember? Not just what happened, but how it felt, what you thought, and learned. Most people live 24 hours, then forget 80% by morning. Why? Because they never review or narrate their experience. Your brain isn't a camera. It doesn't store automatically. It needs reflection, emotion, and structure to decide what deserves to stay. The mirror narration exercise gives it exactly that. It's like downloading your day before shutting down your mind for rest. Here's how to do it. At night, stand in front of a mirror. You don't need perfect clothes or lighting, just honesty and a few quiet minutes. Look into your eyes, not at your hair or clothes, your eyes. Begin speaking your day aloud, recalling moments in order. One by one, say when you woke up, what you did first, what you ate, where you went, who you spoke to, and how you felt through each moment. You might say, I woke at 6:45. I felt tired but got up. I drank water first. That felt good. I walked outside and felt the cool air. Then, I had toast and tea. I read 3 pages of a book. I felt calm. At work, I was nervous. I spoke too fast. I forgot one detail. Later, I had a good conversation with a friend. I laughed. In the evening, I watched a video about brain training. I felt proud I didn't scroll. You're not performing. You're processing. You're giving meaning to your day so your brain can store it as a real memory, not noise. When you speak like this, you engage all memory types: visual, verbal, emotional, episodic, turning chaos into clarity and reflection. End your narration with one thing you forgive yourself for and one thing you're grateful for. That emotion helps lock the memory deeper. Say, I forgive myself for rushing this morning. I'm grateful for my small walk. I'm grateful that I stayed calm today. This exercise improves short and long-term memory, storytelling ability, emotional intelligence, and self-awareness, all in a few minutes. It also strengthens your English fluency if you do it in English, because you're recalling, thinking, and expressing in real time. Over time, you'll notice you remember more about your days, feel calmer, and understand yourself on a deeper emotional level. It's not just memory, it's healing. It reconnects you to your mind, your emotions, and your personal growth journey. Do this for 30 days, and you'll remember your life more clearly than ever. You'll also feel emotionally lighter and mentally stronger. Exercise 10. Teach tomorrow you. The final and most powerful brain exercise, it anchors your memory for the future through self-teaching. This practice creates a bridge between who you are today and who you will be tomorrow, locking your lessons into lasting awareness. Here's how it works. Every night, record or write one key thing you learned today, as if you're teaching it to your future self. It could be a life lesson, a quote, a feeling, or a single new word you want to remember tomorrow. Speak it clearly and sincerely. Say, Dear tomorrow me, today I learned that when I speak aloud, I remember better. I'll use my voice again tomorrow with purpose. Or, remember the calm you felt after tonight's mirror exercise. Repeat it. Protect that peace. Keep your brain and heart aligned. This message becomes your memory bridge. When you listen tomorrow, your brain says, I know this. I lived this. I'll repeat this. You're not just saving data. You're teaching yourself. Building trust between today's effort and tomorrow's growth. This 60-second habit turns learning into transformation. It keeps your lessons alive and your purpose in motion. Combine it with mirror narration. First, review your day. Then, leave one message for tomorrow you. It takes less than 5 minutes. You don't need perfect grammar or fancy words, just honesty, presence, and emotion. That's what creates long-term memory and self-respect. Because the most powerful brain isn't the one that remembers the most. It's the one that remembers what truly matters. This is not just memory training. It's self-respect, consistency, and legacy. You're teaching your future self to remember who you are. Every message becomes a record of growth, a reminder that you're evolving, learning, and staying present in a noisy, distracted world. You've made it to the end, and that says something powerful about you. You didn't just watch, you stayed, focused, and gave your mind time. Most people click away early. Most chase shortcuts, distractions, and easy comfort. But you chose something different. You chose awareness and effort. That decision already separates you from the crowd. It shows strength, patience, and the desire to grow your mind beyond the noise. You didn't just listen to tips. You trained your brain. You practiced awareness, reflection, and discipline, step by step. One exercise at a time. You gave your brain what it rarely receives in this fast, distracted world: care, attention, and respect. That alone changes everything, because your brain isn't broken, lazy, or slow. It's simply untrained, waiting for you to challenge it again and help it come alive. And today, for the first time in a long time, you did exactly that. You trained your memory, your focus, your clarity, your presence. You gave yourself 10 powerful tools, simple, free, and real, that can completely reshape your mental strength if practiced daily. You proved something that most people never discover. You don't need to be born with a good memory. You can build one. You can grow it, protect it, and strengthen it starting right now. With consistency and intention, that's the real power of the mind. Your memory is not just information. It's your history, your identity, your story. It's who you are when the world forgets. Take care of it, and it will take care of you every second of your life, guiding every choice, dream, and word you speak. So before you go, I want you to remember this one truth. You are not behind. You are just beginning. Every moment you choose awareness over distraction, reflection over scrolling, growth over comfort, you build a stronger, younger brain. If you make these exercises part of your daily life, you'll not only remember more, you'll start to feel more deeply alive. Your focus will return. Your clarity will rise. Your confidence will rebuild itself silently through repetition and self-trust. And you'll begin to think better, speak clearer, and live sharper in every area of your life, from work to learning to relationships. This isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up daily for your own mind, just as you would for someone you truly love. Because the real gift of memory isn't just remembering facts. It's remembering who you are, what matters, and why you started. Your memory is your power, your mind's way of saying, I'm still here, alive, aware, and capable of more. When you train your brain, you're not just improving memory, you're protecting the light of consciousness that makes you truly human. If this video made you pause, reflect, or simply feel less alone in your struggle to focus, then it has already done its job. If it helped you think deeper, speak clearer, or see yourself differently, then let that be your reason to keep going. Don't let this be the last time you train your brain. Don't let your awareness fade back into distraction. Continue, grow, practice. Every single exercise you've learned today is a seed. And the more you water them daily, the more your mind begins to bloom. The memory chain game. Speak to memorize. The 3-2-1 recall. Visual snapshot. The backward walk. Teach to lock. Sound recall. Countdown game. Mirror narration. Teach tomorrow. Yubem, 10 simple habits, but together. They form a fortress for your mind, built from care and repetition. Use them daily, even 5 minutes at a time. You'll soon realize the power was never lost. It was only waiting to be reawakened. You've given your brain a reason to grow again, and that single choice can change the rest of your life's direction. If this video inspired you in any way, if it gave you clarity, comfort, or courage, then don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Someone you know is silently struggling to focus, to remember, to think clearly. This might be the message that helps them heal too. And if you haven't yet, subscribe. Not because I told you to, but because your mind deserves more content that helps it expand, eat, not shrink, not noise, not false motivation, but real, grounded, life-changing ideas that make you wiser, calmer, and stronger from within. Subscribe now to Soulful English, because every video here is made for your growth, your awareness, and your daily transformation. You're not subscribing to a channel. You're joining a journey, a movement to rebuild your mind, word by word, thought by thought. So stay with us, learn, train, reflect, and most importantly, believe in your brain again. It's still capable of incredible things. This is not the end. It's the beginning of your new mental chapter. You've started something that will only grow stronger with time. Thank you for staying until the end. That choice shows focus, discipline, and heart, the exact qualities that build a powerful mind. You are rare, and you are capable. You are sharper than you think, stronger than you know, and more present than yesterday. We'll meet again soon, stronger, clearer, and better prepared for whatever life brings. Until then, keep your mind awake and your heart steady. Take care of your brain, because it takes care of you every second you live. It is your most faithful companion on this journey. Now breathe, smile, and remember, you are not behind. You are becoming. This is your beginning, your awakening, your moment to grow. Subscribe now. Let's keep growing together. Mind, language, and life. One soulfully focused day at a time.